is a declared and dominant candidate for president. So with us tonight is Rina Shah, Republican strategist based in Washington, D.C. area, and Michael Starr Hopkins, a political analyst on the left. Michael, let me start with you. Is this politically motivated? Weaponization. First of all, there's a subcommittee in Congress now focused specifically on weaponization. Donald Trump is talking about weaponization tonight. In recent polls, a plurality of Americans say some of these indictments look politically motivated. Are they?
No, not at all. If you actually read through the indictment, which I did, the people who are flipping on Donald Trump, the people who are telling exactly what happened, are Republicans. These are Republican judges who rejected Trump's lawsuits in 2020. These are Republican judges that are rejecting the idea that what Donald Trump did was appropriate. You know, when you have Rudy Giuliani, when you have Mark Meadows, when you have people who, are known conservatives saying that what Donald Trump did was an attempted coup. You can't blame this on political motivations.
Rina, I know that you want to jump in here, but I want to ask, if this doesn't change Trump supporters' minds, is there anything that could? And with that, there's a good bit of context. After the first indictment, the second indictment, polling has not really changed very much for former President Trump. In fact, sometimes it has increased his support and fundraising as well. We've heard about some of the fundraising emails. We've heard about how much he's been able to pull in off of these indictments. So the question is, if this doesn't change Trump supporters' minds, is there anything that could?
Right now, we sit in this moment where there's just not that very reliable polling right now. And when I talk about that, of course, Donald Trump is the front runner right now, because none of the opponents that have declared so far have really been able to show this sort of 1-2 punch that really topples him from the top. What we're realizing right now is that a former president, when you have that moniker, it's very powerful. Also, having been an incumbent is very powerful. He's been able to fundraise. He's been able to have not just he once had the bully pulpit, but not having the soapbox now, not just on Truth Social, but essentially being able to speak directly to his supporters about their grievances, because that's the era we're in, grievance politics. And what it comes down to, today's indictment, what we learned is that this was this power play that included other people for what? For Donald Trump to remain in power. Now, what happens from here is to be determined, right? Are we going to see Capitol Hill Republicans continue to call out and say that Trump is a victim, having indictments rained down on him for no reason? I think we'll see less of that, actually, because as you pour into the 45 pages, what you realize here is that this was a president who was desperate to remain in power. But at the end of the day, there's one reality. No charges he currently faces disqualify or stop him in any way from running or serving as the 47th president of the United States.
Mm-hmm. Or potentially winning, which, Rina, I should make clear, you are a Republican strategist, but you're in the minority in the Republican Party. You do not support Donald Trump. I think people probably gathered that in the last 90 seconds, but wanted to make that clear. Go ahead.
Michael, I want to bring you in here. Does this impact 2024, or is this just background music at this point? I mean, we've talked about the polling. We've talked about how, former President Trump's base is still supporting him. Does any of this matter going into 2024, or is this just, as I said, background music?
So it matters in the general election. Here's Trump's problem. In the general, he's got to win suburban white people, young, educated people. He has to be double digits in African-American vote. This isn't just a distraction. But at a certain point, people want normalcy. And what Joe Biden has offered is a sense of boredom in some degree, a sense of you can go about your day, you can go watch a movie, turn your cell phone off, and not worry that everything is going to burn down. And then with the economy improving at the same time, there's this question of, am I better off? And when you look back, 1 million dead under COVID, 2 impeachments, multiple indictments, there's an exhaustion among Republicans who are going to be the difference between Trump winning and Trump losing. And that 1 or 2%, I think, is what carries the president back into re-election.
Rina, do you buy that? Do you buy that the majority of Republicans want to go see Oppenheimer and relax? Or do they want Donald John Trump, who fights and says this is a witch hunt?
Well, that's where I take great issue with being told I'm in the minority of the Republican Party. There's no data that shows
Okay.
that my section of the party is shrinking. In fact, we've grown in influence, and we've grown in
Well, it's
terms
still the
of how we
minority,
look
Rina.
at.
He has 57% of the vote right now in the primary,
There's
so
no
you are in the
reliable
minority
polling.
there.
Show me the data that's reliable. Show me the data that's reliable.
The New
MAGA
York
is
Times.
dwindling. Moderate Republicans hold forth. And the reality is this: whatever you want to call the Republican Party, bifurcated or not, there's a great many Republicans who do put country over party, and they did in 2020. There were people who clicked for Donald Trump in 2016 who said no more in 2020. But look, there's some reality to this argument. I'm sorry, excuse me. There's some truth to this argument about COVID having taken out Donald Trump and not Joe Biden. People are lukewarm about Biden. There are a great many people who regret their vote for Biden. But does that mean they're going to go for Trump? There's this sentiment where I think there's good data to show, and particularly after the midterms, that people are lukewarm. They want something else. All these candidates would not have jumped in the water if they didn't think they had a serious chance at taking on this president. So I say this to anybody that's wondering about the current state of the Republican Party. Anything can happen. You've got a lot of people who are frustrated with Joe Biden for many reasons. They either think he's been taken over by the progressive left, which I don't fully agree with, or they're looking at the issue of core inflation and thinking that's still a problem. So the Biden administration definitely has its work cut out for it. But Republicans look pretty good still. Whether Trump is going to be the front runner, at the top of the ticket or not, that's yet to be seen.
Yeah.
Let
Rina
me
Shah,
just say this.
Michael Starr Hopkins, many thanks. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you, guys. You know, I love a spirited conversation.
Oh,
so I think
likewise.
that's very good, especially on a night like this. And we are following every twist in what's happening right now. Don't go anywhere. Our special live coverage is really just getting going.
Yeah, and in our hour ahead, we'll speak with our teams across the country in states involved in this case. That includes Wisconsin, Arizona, and Michigan.
And we're going to speak with former New Jersey Governor Christine Todd Whitman on her take. A whole new hour of special coverage on Scripps News Tonight is just ahead.
And folks, we want to hear from you.